If they cannot get Haskins, and with Herbert out of this draft, there's only one quarterback that's going to be up near the top of this draft that people are going to want, and lots of people are going to want him. If they can't get Haskins, you don't think there's a chance Eli is their quarterback next year?
Gee, it's time to move on, man. Look, you see the franchise taking a step back with Eli. And look, I don't want to sound, and you know how I am on this show, I don't want to sound like I'm bashing Eli, but Father Time is undefeated. And it's going to happen at some point. And Eli has just hit that ceiling. That's why we marvel at the tremendous ability of Tom Brady and what he's doing in New England at the age of 41, bro. Like, and Eli is just past his time. And matter of fact, Teddy Bridgewater is down there in New Orleans just in case they want to make a call for a guy that they think they can insert and win some games in the immediate future. But the draft is going to be the Giants' friend when it comes to a quarterback. They just going to have to identify that guy.
I think that's really interesting, and this came up earlier in the show, so I'm going to bring Adam Schefter back in because, Swagoo, Schefter just misses you when you're not here on these Thursdays. But we
I miss you too, Shefty.
And likewise, Swagoo.
We touched on this just briefly earlier, and he just brought it up. He says there's no way in the world Eli is the Giants' quarterback next year, and we're trying to run through the options, and that was the point you were making this morning is it's easy to say you want to move on, but you have to have somewhere to go.
And even if they were to go get Dwayne Haskins in the draft, wouldn't you want Eli there to bridge the gap? I know that we've seen these rookie quarterbacks step in and be able to play right away. But Eli would be a nice fallback option to have him placed there. And if you want a free agent, who's out there? Nick Foles? Blake Bortles? Joe Flacco? Is one of those an obvious upgrade over Eli Manning and all that he's meant to the Giants organization? Just tell me who the guy is that they're going to replace Eli with.
Swagoo, that is an interesting point. They're a built-to-win-now team. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this, Shefty. Who would you take right now? Would you take Foles and what we are seeing him doing in Philly and what we saw him do last year in the playoff run, or would you take Eli Manning? Look, this is not about Eli Manning having the tenure with the New York Giants. This is about the future of this franchise. That's what all the discussions have centered around. Is Eli the guy moving forward? Now, I understand you wanting a veteran presence, you wanting a guy that's being there, but the college system is translating to the NFL now. We're seeing it more and more as time goes along. So it's not that hard for these guys to come in. The Baltimore Ravens have readjusted the way they run offense for Lamar Jackson. We see what Baker is doing in Cleveland. We see a lot of young quarterbacks. Sam Darnold and the Jets. Not a great season, but you can tell he's the guy that's going to take over and be really good for the Jets. I just don't think now you have the time to waste time with a guy that you know is passed by.